Hey Broadview student, I hope you're doing well today. I'm excited you've taken this time to be a part of this Sunday evening time in the Word. Today I want us to get it real, to talk about something I believe that you'll be able to relate with, and that is the issue of acceptance. Feeling accepted or wanting to be accepted by other people. At this age is very common and it's very normal. Hey, let me tell you something. It's not just about this age, and even beyond, we all want to be loved, to be seen, and to be accepted by other people. Sometimes when we say I don't care, we're not telling the truth, because we do care. There's something innate within us. This desire to be liked, to be seen, and to be accepted by other people. I'm sure I won't be wrong if I say all of us desire to be seen and to be liked by other people. But the mistake we make sometimes is we go too far, or we don't know how to cope. So we fall into certain pitfalls in our quest to be accepted by other people. So today I just want us to, like I said, keep it real and talk about some of the pitfalls we put ourselves in, or some of the temptations in our way, even as we seek to be accepted by other people. My question for you today is, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to compromise just to feel this buzz within your heart that you're liked, you're seen, and you're being accepted by other people? Since acceptance is something we all desire and we all want, today I want to talk about 5 pitfalls, even as it comes to our desire to being liked, seen, and accepted by other people. The first pitfall today that I'm discussing is the fact that because we want to be accepted by other people, we're willing to compromise our personal value for other people to accept us. It is tempting and it is an easy way to go about it. That because you're willing to be accepted, or you want to be accepted, that you put down your own value, the things that you've learned from family, the things that you've learned from God's word, the things that you hold dear in your heart, knowing that this is true, this is the way life should be. But because there's a certain group or certain people or a certain somebody that you want to accept you, to notice you, to see you, you're willing to put all that aside, to compromise, to eat of that fruit a little, just to be able to say, I'm accepted, I am loved. So you put down your own personal value, your worth, the very thing that you've learned, that you know is the guiding principle of your life. You're willing to put it all aside just to feel this acceptance from someone else. The second thing that we can easily do to feel acceptance is to pretend to be who we are not. You see, the first one, like I mentioned, is putting down your own personal values. The second thing is you start pretending. You start acting, speaking, behaving, doing things that are out of character, out of nature with who God has called you to be. So you decide to, let's say, act out because you want your friends to think that you're tough enough. For some is you go out and you take drugs, or you follow the girls, or you try to speak to someone to show that, hey man, I ain't no punk. I'm bold enough, I'm strong enough, I'm man enough, I'm woman enough. So you put down this value within your heart because you're willing to compromise just for a moment, to tell a lie, to be who you are not, to put on this mask just so others will be able to accept you. The third thing is that you cheapen your own value and your own worth about who you are. You see, sometimes when we are willing to compromise everything about ourselves just for someone to accept us, is what we're saying actually is, I'm not good enough. This person is willing to sacrifice his own worth, her own worth, just so other people can give them that worth. So that's the danger of seeking acceptance the wrong way, because you're willing to sacrifice who you are, your personhood, who you are created to be, your own value and purpose in life, you're willing to let it go, your own special qualities. The fourth thing is you stop living for yourself and you start living for likes and acceptance and love from other people. You see, there is nothing more painful and more unfulfilling than to stop living for yourself. See, you don't find pleasure in any other thing. You can't even see the joy in your own handiwork, in the things that God has given you, in the family, friends, and other places that God has called you to be, and the things He has called you to do. Because you think that, this is dependent on other people. So you wait, and you stop living for your own self, pursuing your own goals, your own dreams, and the desires that God has birthed within your heart. And the fifth thing is this: when you stop living for yourself, the truth is you lose who you are. So the fifth thing is that you lose who you are. You forget that there is something beautiful, something unique within the inside of you. You see, these are some of the 5 things, the pitfalls that is easy for all of us to fall into, because we all desire to be liked, to be accepted, to be seen, and to be loved by other people. So I hope you remember these pitfalls, because sometimes remembering the things that we are easily tempted into actually helps us to overcoming the challenges that these things are about to throw at us. So I hope you remember these 5 pitfalls that are easy to fall into. But I don't want us to stop there today. I want to offer 3 things that if we remember, they can be helpful for us, even as we think about acceptance, love, and to be seen by other people. The first thing I want you to remember is that acceptance cannot be given to you. You see, if you've not accepted your own self, your own value, your worth, your somebodyness, your own beauty, your unique giftings, no one else can give it to you. If you think it's dependent on someone else, you will go through life seeking and desiring it, and no one else is going to give it to you. You see, when you realize who you are and whose you are, and you step into that uniqueness of who God has called you to, then you'll begin to see the glow within you, and others will be able to see it. You see, whether people like it or not, whether they accept you or not, once you accept yourself for who you are and who God has called you to be, and you can walk faithfully in the dream that God has put ahead of you, other people will see it. It's attractive. You see, people don't feel like your life is draining theirs, but they see a dream within you that they're willing to step alongside with you and walk alongside with you to make sure that is a reality for you. So no one else can give you acceptance if you don't give it to yourself. The second thing I want us to take away today is this: when you pretend to be who you're not, what you're doing is that you're cheapening who God has called you to be, cheapening the gift, the graces that He has placed in the inside of you, the beauties that He has made you with, the special things that He has put in the inside of you, the stardom that He has given you. You see, you're fully loved and accepted by God, and He has called you and has given you everything you need for life and for godliness. He has placed every gift, every ability that is needed to flourish, He has put in the inside of you. Sometimes other people will not see it. That is totally fine. But you just keep walking on who God has called you to be. Keep stepping into the places He has called you to step into. Don't cheapen it by thinking acceptance by other people is all that you need. I know it is easy to feel that way and to seek that. But remember, man, there is nothing in this life, in this world, or anyone else that is worth compromising who God has called us to be and to do for. So step into that and live in that reality that nothing else can make you reduce who God has called you and who God has made. And the last thing I want to say, which is the most important, is that there is an acceptance that no one else can give to you. An acceptance that you cannot even give to yourself. This is an acceptance that has been offered to you freely by our God. The God who has made you. He has freely offered to you this salvation in His Son, Jesus Christ. That says you don't need to perform. That says you don't need to do anything. That says regardless of how messed up you are, how dirty you are, that you are fully accepted. Because He has the power and the ability to draw you in, to wash you, and to make you who He has called you to be. You see, His love is the only real love that is genuine. His love is the love that lasts, that is deeper and stronger than anything else. You see, His acceptance is that go out there, be who you are. It's an acceptance that encourages, an acceptance that strengthens, an acceptance that makes alive. Come to Jesus and step in this reality that Jesus has fully accepted you just the way you are. And He's calling you, inviting you into this relationship, this new way of life, to make out of you what He has made inside of you, to bring out of you what He has placed on the inside of you. So I invite you today to walk and step into this reality, this new way of life, this acceptance that cannot be given to you by anyone and cannot be taken away from you by anyone, but that you can live peacefully in this reality. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you can step into this week with this reality, this knowledge, knowing that God has made you, He has called you, and that you are fully accepted, and that there is nothing, that there is no one that is worth compromising for just to feel accepted. Alright, you have a blessed week. God bless.